color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Most of us blacks, or Negroes as he called us, really thought we were free without being aware that in our subconscious, all those chains we thought had been struck off were still there. And there were many ways where what really motivated us was our desire to be loved by the white man. Malcolm meant to lance that sense of inferiority. He knew it would be painful. He knew that people could kill you because of it, but he dared to take that risk.
He was saying something over and above that of any other leader of that day. While the other leaders were begging for entry into the house of their oppressor, he was telling you to build your own house.
I'm bald, so here's the thing. I'm 53, and so racism is generational, meaning that racism has changed over the years from what it used to be in the 60s and the 70s, even in the 80s. Racism these days is more subtle. My concern, my fear, I have a 30-year-old son and a 24-year-old daughter. My concern for them is that this generation is angry, but this generation isn't getting together to collectively do something about the issue. So while my generation was about the awareness, you have to be aware, you have to go out there, you have to create the movement. We would sit in, sit out, stand up, stand out. This generation is like, well, I really don't need to do that because I can sit anywhere I want to. I can live anywhere I want to. I can go anywhere that I want to. This is the thing. The mentality of the individuals who practice racism has not changed. The only thing that's changed is the way in which they express it. Racism is something that is taught. You are taught, don't like that person because they're black. If you look at two little children, 3, 4, 5 children playing in a park, they want to play because they're all little kids. They get older and they're told, no, you can't do this. Timmy can't play with Jaquanda. It just doesn't happen. Chica, get out of the road. This is New York. So the issue is that this generation needs to recognize, even though you think you can live anywhere, you try moving into an all-white neighborhood where they really don't want you, the cross will come. They will still burn it. So it's not that we can truly live anywhere we want to. It's just that we have more areas that we can live. The reason that we're not as dedicated as a group to fighting the issue of racism is because before we were all subjected to live in one location, in one area. We supported each other in our black businesses. That's why you had black millionaires. What do we do now? We give other people our money. If all black people stop going to the movie theater, guess what? None of those movies that are hits would be hits. Why? Because ain't nobody go to the movies like black folks. We spend our money, but we don't go to see our movies. We go to see other people's movies. And so they say, since nobody goes to see black movies, then they go, we're not going to make any black movies. Back in the day when you could only go to the all-Negro theater, guess what? Everybody went. Everybody supported it. Now that we have choices, we've left our people behind.
Woo-hoo. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's another Thursday night. We was a little behind because, as I say, every Thursday, now that I am a business owner, that business that isn't in my house, but it's in the actual storefront, RPC Computing, for all your computing needs, 1741 East 71st Street, 773-966-4457. We're open from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Except on Wednesdays, we're open from 9 to 5. Okay, we got that shameless plug out of the way. I see a few people over there. I see Chantel. I see Doris Wembley. I see Brandon. Thanks for joining us. I don't know how long we're gonna be able to sustain it on Facebook side, because I don't know how many people saw they actually kicked Farrakhan off of Facebook today. It said his speech was anti-Semitic and hate speech, and that's how they're kind of cleaning up all this type of conversation like we're going to have tonight. They're just going to kick you off of that media thing. So YouTube is the place. I've posted a link up there. You can just follow that link. You can come to the YouTube side. You can click the subscribe button and click the notification bell. And when the show starts, or it's about to start, you will get a notification. So on that note, what we're talking about today, this is kind of a rehash. I did a show about 3 years ago called The Illusion of Inclusion. And just recently, just talking to people and seeing some things that were going on. One of those things that's going on, I don't know how many of you all actually read The Final Call, but in the most recent edition, there's an article called Blocked Out, and it is talking about the conclusion that everybody is coming to, that we have to own something in order to do what we want to do. But you have to understand the powers that be are not interested in what you're trying to do. As long as you're working for them, they are happy. But when you step outside of what they're trying to do and pose a potential threat, such as the case was with Ice Cube, who has the 3-on-3 league, and him, Magic, LL Cool J, Serena, Dr. J, Kevin Hart, a whole bunch of different people, Puffy, they all got together because Disney purchased Fox, and to avoid any type of antitrust situations, they were going to have to sell off about 21 sports networks. So Cube and his group got together with Magic. You know, Magic, he always out here making his money with them, of course. But this was an opportunity to pick up some networks and make the deal. But just like it always happens. Now, let me explain what I'm saying when I'm talking about this deal. If blacks are allowed to, and they say it's not final yet, they said, but if the blacks are allowed to purchase networks and develop their own content and recruit our own people, our same people that are doing work for these people, making them money. TV is all about advertisement. It's about selling stuff. The programs are really secondary to the money that comes in through the advertisement. So you got all these sports figures, all these entertainers that are, you know, they're selling vodka, they're selling shoes, they're selling Groupon. Everybody wants a star to endorse and sell their product. So what happens if you get these sport leagues? Like Magic has his he's part on the Inner network already, the Aspire network. If you don't know about Aspire, look it up. So he's a partial owner in that, and he does show a lot of the HBCU games that you would not normally see. So a lot of schools that you don't get to see, you would be able to see. So what happens if you get a sports network? Now you got television time. You're getting that money's going to start rolling in to see these universities. Same with entertainment. You can produce your own little movie things and things of this nature. And you can probably even start a bigger league. So this 3-on-3 league is basically a bunch of retired players. And Fox gave Cuban a contract which ends I think this year. So they were happy with that, and it became a success, and a lot of people started buying into it. So we can't let you have something that's going to put you in direct competition, because black people may wake up and have some sense and say, I want to do stuff with my people. Just like when Jay-Z did Tidal Wave, when he was a percentage owner in the Nets. Just like Nipsey Hussle was doing, making his own clothing line and things like that. When blacks start waking up and start doing self stuff, that is looked upon as a threat. So there was an article, this came out on Forbes, and apparently this group called the Sinclair Group came up with $10 billion to buy these networks, blocking Ice Cube and his group. Not totally blocking them. They're saying, if you can come up with 11 billion or something like that, then we'll sell them to you. This is what Disney is saying. They're saying, well, we ain't got nothing to do with that. This is how the game is played. So Cube and his group, they wrote a letter to the Department of Justice. And this when we're constantly talking about reparations, what reparations mean? Reparations means the government basically will step in and give you companies and things so there's a fair playing field. That's what happened with the Jews. They got factories, they got money, they got land, they got everything that they needed to rebuild themselves as a people. But we're too busy out here. We're too busy trying to call ourselves Americans, which I got into a debate with somebody the other day, because when you come in my store, there's a Jamaican flag, there's an African flag, there's a Haiti flag, there's even a Afro-American flag, red, black, and green. But there's no American flag. And so that, I say, well, why would there be an American flag here? Well, because you're an American, and no. What makes me an American? Is it my condition of being captured as a slave and made a second-class citizen? Does that make me American? Is it the fact that the government is totally responsible for the treatment of my ancestors, the beatings, the lynchings? Does that make me American? What part of what you're talking about makes me American? What you have done, the reason you see all these other flags is you have destroyed my identity. You have destroyed my culture, and you haven't replaced it with anything but a fake dream, a false hope of, no, this is America. Everybody's got a fair chance. And we always argue that point. Yeah, everybody can have a fair chance. Hey, Kev, I see you out there, VBM. So, no. When I think about America, I had a poem that's called "They Want Me to Be a Nigger," and in that poem it says, "Our scars hidden behind stars and bars, land of the free, land not ours." I don't identify with this nonsense, and this is something that we're all going to have to come to the conclusion. I'm speaking to a friend the other day, and she's talking about a situation on her job with not getting a proper raise, proper promotions over a certain period of time. And I said, well, what do they care? It's not designed for you to have fair treatment. It's designed for them to take advantage of unfair treatment, and it's their company and they want to do what they want to do. I said, I got to a point of not arguing with these people anymore, because I had to say, this is your stuff. What's up, Will? I see you out there. This is their country. Stop saying I'm an American. For what? What has America done for your people as a group? Not a damn thing. At what point are they saying let's do right by black people? They'll talk to you about legacy, but your legacy is slavery. Their legacy is benefiting off your legacy of slavery, and they built corporations and built this country, and they still looking at you like, what? I mean, we giving you a chance to to take out loans. I mean, we should give you something for free, but why would we do that? Why don't you just take out this loan and pay us back more money? Because why would we give you a free education after taking education away from you for over 250 years? That makes no sense. Why would we do that? Why would we give you land? Man, come on now. Y'all Americans. Y'all fought in the streets and we sprayed y'all with water hose and we beat you down and hung you. And you said you wanted to be an American. You niggas should have been listening to Farrakhan and Malcolm and Elijah Muhammad and the Black Panthers. Because the Black Panthers had to be beat down because, oh my God, they started a free lunch program. They actually tried to protect themselves from the racist cops, from the racist government. You ever seen that picture when they bring Fred Hampton's body out and the cops who are carrying his body are smiling? That's what they think about you. Don't ever get it confused that you gonna get treated fair. And you know, that's the whole illusion of it all. If I go to school and I'm a good nigga and I come here and I keep my head down, individually, you are gonna be successful. They're gonna say, that's a nigga we can depend on. Nigga know his place. Nigga ain't gonna get out of hand. Nigga ain't gonna speak up in no meetings. Can't nobody tell me about what goes on in the corporate America. You know how many meetings I've sat in? I've been in a room with Obama and heard them call him a nigga. I've been in rooms with tons of white people that run companies and heard people say personally, I don't give a damn about Martin Luther King. I don't think we should take the day off. He's a worthless person that never made any contribution to society. And I say we don't take it off. And you wait for somebody to say something that, okay, maybe they all ain't bad. Somebody's going to say something. But they'll just say, well, you know, George, all the other companies are taking it off. So we want to be politically correct. So we're going to give the workers the day off. But we'll still come in and work because personally, we don't give a damn about Martin Luther King either. But these niggas got these laws now. We can't hang them in the street no more. Not allowed. We just can't go up and beat them and take their stuff like we used to. But we can mentally beat them. We can mentally keep them enslaved because all they want is a chance to be like us. They want to live how we live. They want the benefits. And as you see in Chicago, constantly, all the TIF money that was supposed to go for blighted areas is being pushed around to different other places. Hey, Cher, being pushed around to other places to build them up in the Lincoln Yards. Are they crazy? $900 million. And your new mayor says, you know what? Okay, y'all better enjoy that because y'all not going to get another deal. How tough is that? That's like you spit in my face and slap me and I say, you know what? That's going to be the last slap you give me. That's the last time you're going to spit in my face. What's up, Greg? That's how ridiculous we're starting to look out here in this country. And I don't understand, what are we teaching our kids except the same thing? Now, I can't knock our ancestors. They did what they had to do to get us where we are now. But what are we doing? We're not teaching our kids. It's almost like that slavery scene where there's so many slavery scenes. I'm just gonna pick one where Kunta Kinte was young. Kunta Kinte was standing outside the foreman's house, and the woman brings her daughter over, and then she's like, "Well, you know you want a new coat, right? You know he gonna take care of you." And so this cycle continues today, where they have flipped the organization of the black family to not reflect any other family. No other family reflects ours because 75% of the women run our households, are raising our kids alone. It's not like that with them. And even poor white people don't even feel sorry for poor white people for what? Every opportunity, if they go along with the program, they will be promoted. That's the way the system works. But, you know, we're in that economic slave position where we're economically deprived. So at the same time, we're trying to get on our feet. We're trying to give our children something. We don't have any legacies to leave our children. How many people have a bank account with about $200,000 in it? $100,000, $50,000. You got a house to leave your kids? A house that's worth something. A house that's not underwater by $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Have you been training your kids in economics where they'll know what to do? They'll have an understanding. I mean, this is what they teach their kids. They're the stewards of wealth, and the way they get their kids to buy into it. Racism is like a team sport. So you got this collective. You know, one person being racist to you, that's probably not gonna get it done. But if you got a team of racists down at the bank, racists down at the police station, racists down at your job, racists in your neighborhood if you move into their community, because racism is also a community property. Hey, Rita. So it's this community property, and it's a team sport, and it's part of their whole social capital. Know why it's easy for them to get jobs and they don't get messed with by the police as much? Because they have a social circle of people that are in place, judges, lawyers, doctors. They have resources that you are not privy to. And if you're lucky enough to be privy to, you got to keep your mouth shut until you get all the resources you need. And then you got to go and do something else. It's designed to build for them and to deceive us. Now, hey, go get those degrees. I went to 5 different colleges. People saw me for years with this backpack on my shoulder. I went and sat in those classes and everything. So then I went and spent 26 years in corporate America. And I have to say, they should be paying us like the veterans that come back. We're suffering from PSD. Amongst some other things, we're suffering from PSTD. We're suffering from cognitive dissonance. That means we're kind of like double-minded. We know what's real and we know what's fake, but we continue to live in a fake existence. We're suffering from Stockholm syndrome. We're in love with our captives. Sometimes you just gotta get some friends from other countries, and then you will see the disgust that they even look upon us from those other countries. They'll say, black people are the only people that fight to be under their oppressor. We're the only one. There was just an incident, and I want us to watch this incident. A black woman was removed from an airplane because she complained. She said someone had vomited on the plane, and she asked the stewards and them that, hey, who's going to clean this up because it's right behind my seat. And so after she complained a couple of times, they decided, no, you're the nuisance. And the air marshals removed her from the plane. I can almost guarantee you she's not going to get anything. She may get charged with some crimes herself. But the Asian man who they dragged off the plane, he was immediately addressed. You know why he was immediately addressed? Because he had people, he's still connected to his culture. And some of those people in that culture were big wigs, and the government did not want to mess up their relationship with them. So within 2 weeks, this man had a check. It came out that he had a suspended doctor's license because he was doing all types of foul stuff, writing bad prescriptions and all types of stuff. But because he had this cultural connection, bam, he got paid. He can set himself up all over again. Your government don't give a damn about you. Your government only gives a damn about relationships that it can hold. Like the Saudi Arabia reporter, you don't hear nothing about that no more, where he went over there and they chopped him up. And America said a few words, and America like, man, we ain't messing up our oil over this dude. They gonna maintain these connections the same way they're gonna maintain control over us. I tell people all the time, as I was talking to my friend, I was telling her, I said, the BS comes on a cold plate. Because they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, well, what you going to do, nigga? You don't like the game we playing, what you going to do? There's a show I used to watch called The Unwritten Rules on YouTube. It had 3 seasons. And it was about a young lady. She wrote about her experiences in corporate America. And she wrote a book called The 40 Hours of the Unwritten Rule. Everybody should check it out. It's a real good book, real funny web series. I'm actually gonna share. I'll share a part of you because a lot of people seem to think maybe it's just the place I worked. No, it's not just the place I worked. It's every place I worked, whether it was a restaurant or this company or this company or this company. Then you can say, well, the common thing is you. No. Just like my friend said yesterday. No, it happens here. And then I got another friend, it's happening here. It's happening here. So it's not just happening to 1 or 2 of us. It's happening to all of us. I'm going to share this clip real quick for the people over there on the Facebook side again. I posted a link if you want to see the whole contents of things that we show, pictures and things like that and video. You will have to be on that side. Otherwise, you will only hear the audio. So I'm going to share this audio with you now.
First of all, you are doing a fantastic job. You're the glue that holds this department together. Aside from your stress leave, you've had perfect attendance, you have great attention to detail, and very strong leadership skills. What more can I say?
Wow, I really appreciate that, Kathy.
Unfortunately, there are some negatives.
Well, every review needs negatives to be balanced. Just get to my promotion.
Now, I wouldn't worry too much about the negatives. I just had to put something on here to make the whole review feel balanced. I did note your defiant behavior.
Defiant?
Yes. Your unwillingness to train Jessica properly. Which leads me to my next negative. I really think that you need to work on your team building skills.
Team building skills?
Ever since Jessica was assigned to take over Pamela Clayton's account, you have not been very helpful in assisting Jessica. We're a team. When one of us falls, we all fall.
But I was under the impression that Pamela no longer wanted me working on her account.
It's not that Pam doesn't want you working on her account. She just doesn't feel that you're good enough to take the lead. And because we do take the opinions of our clients very seriously, we are unable to give you a promotion at this time.
What the what?
Our department has room for only 1 promotion, and I consulted with Brendan, and he felt that Jessica would be a more natural fit for a promotion. Since she is handling Pamela's account now, it just seems to make more sense that the 2 of you be equal.
Well, you offered me the promotion, the glue, 3 months ago.
Unfortunately, I spoke too soon. I was really hoping that I could give the promotion to both of you, but Jessica did take a significant pay cut when she came from Brendan's desk, and she is used to a certain kind of lifestyle. And Brendan feels that Jessica is slightly more adaptable. She hasn't let the stress of this job get to her.
So am I being punished for taking a stress leave, Kathy?
No, Racy. Taking a stress leave is your right. I know this is extremely disappointing for you. I just hope that you won't let the disappointment turn into anger and do something that you'll regret.
Regret? What I regret is thinking that, for once, they would be fair. There's no takesy-backsy on promotions. I regret hoping that my work ethic and my job performance would be good enough. Why?
There you go. That's what you get with America, with corporate America. They blow all this smoke up your ass, talk all this nicey nice, and then they fuck you. Just like in this story, I'll just use my personal story. If anybody else wants to call in and talk about their own stories, the number is 872-267-2552. It's posted right up above my head here. 872-267-2552. I worked at one company for 19 years, multiple projects, all this type of stuff. Never got a promotion. Yet, white people would fall through the door, having worked on anything, and work on one project. Terrific! Give them a promotion. I saw it happen with lawyers that were trying to make partner. Where if it was 6 years to make a partner, the black man would have to work 8 to 9 years to make partner. Even if he was doing the same amount of work, bringing in the same amount of money, it didn't make a difference. And the moment that you question the system, this is when the system turns on you. So how is that inclusive? Because you got the opportunity to come here and work for us. And we don't, and they don't mind the individual success. There's plenty of successful black people out here individually. How many successful groups of black people are there? How many black people would be willing to live in a place that had a sign like Chinatown that said Blacktown? There was an actual black town at one point. It was called Soul City. It was down in North Carolina. And there was a black politician that made a deal with Nixon to build this black town. And Nixon promised him the money and resources and everything if he won. So he won, and he gave him the original money to start the construction of the town. But then they didn't give him no more money. It was another okie doke play. They didn't have water, which would be a main resource for a community. You got to have water. You got to have running water. So needless to say, Soul City went under, and that's Soul, SEOL City. You can look that up. A lot of times I may mention things and things like that, and that's you got to go look it up yourself, because I think you're gonna have a better experience with doing your own research, and you'll look further and you'll see things along the path. And everybody, even though we're walking on the same path, we're probably going to see things in a different way. So in that clip I just showed, Racy worked for a corporation, and she was the lead on a project. And the person whose project it was, they loved her. And then they came to the office and saw that she was a black girl. Now there was a white girl who was under like Racy, who did not understand any of this. But the white client was like, no, why isn't this good white girl working on this project? And they explained to her she doesn't have the experience. So they took the black girl off of the project, put the white girl on there with no experience. And then they penalized the black girl for refusing to train the white girl that had no experience. And we have to tell our children about this type of nonsense that goes on. And I'm not calling all white people bad, but I'm calling all white slave owners bad. Don't tell me this slave owner was better than this slave owner. You were a slave owner. I think the first 16 presidents were slave owners, were they not? You know, they would even give you excuses like, I wanted to free the slaves, but economically, I couldn't afford to free them. Who gonna do all the work for me? Free. These are the type of excuses that we have gotten used to digesting. I call them white lies that we sit around and we say, oh, that tastes good. Give me some more shit. That's great. In this country, we're visible yet invisible. We're visible as long as you're entertaining us. As long as you're on that stage making me laugh, you're on that field playing that sport, you're bouncing that ball. What that white lady tell LeBron? Shut up and dribble. Her broke, well, I ain't gonna say she broke because she white, so she probably got plenty of money saved up. I'll call it anyway. With her broke white ass, gonna tell LeBron, who got millions of dollars and puts his money where his mouth is, shut up and dribble. They don't give a damn. I'm glad he got to that point where he feels comfortable enough where he can do that. Now, there's some people that are uncomfortable, like Tiger Woods is about to go to the White House. Tiger ain't finna say nothing. Tiger happy. He done won the Masters. So he done won his Masters grace again. And he wants to keep those connections. So Tiger ain't about to say, Trump, no, it ain't gonna happen. He finna go up there and smile and grin with Trump and get all his endorsements and live his life. Cause he's not black, he's Caucasian, right? Ain't that what you said? It's basically tokenism. You're a token, and some people look at tokenism as a path to power. Now we got a lot of black people that are they're trying to get in positions, like I say with the article with Cube and Magic and all them that put all that money together, and hopefully if they can come up with $13 billion, the catch is that the same company, the Sinclair Group, was sued by Byron Allen for improper practices when it came to minority businesses. And that was a couple of years ago. So they may have a precedent case that can help them to get that, but they don't have $13 billion straight out. Hey, cuz Dave. So they don't have the money straight out to do that, right? So if they don't have the ability to do it, that means they got to depend on the banker to do it. The Sinclair Group obviously has money because they came, boom, $10 billion right here. But that's what it means to be economically deprived. That we can constantly outbid you. Because we don't want that competition. If you are supplying 75 to 85% of the talent, then by you opening your own thing, that takes away the talent from us. That takes away the money from us, and you become competition. So a lot of people felt Oprah got her own network, right? But she's back out here peddling commercials and things like this. Weight Watchers and some frozen pizza deal she just signed, and so she's still, how are you at the top and you're scrambling? Same with Tyler Perry, he inked a deal for, I think he's going to get $900 million over the next 10 years. Where all his contents is not going to be owned by him. He's basically has sold the rights up front for $900 million. But he's not really suffering because he's got, Well, Lionsgate isn't his, but he distributes through Lionsgate, and he's got the Tyler Perry Studios, which are used to build a whole lot of stuff. Now, a lot of these people also went out and bought islands. I don't know why they bought islands, and we can't tell people how to spend their money or judge them on how they spend their money. Just like when you saw Money Mayweather coming from the Louis Vuitton store saying, man, fuck all that. I'm not boycotting nothing. I'm going to wear Louis. I'm going to wear Gucci. I'm going to do this. You know, he just a damn fool. But he made the money. So everybody is not socially conscious. Somebody asked me, I got a guy that comes in the store where he's like a minister or something like that, and we always have these discussions. And he says, well, what is your focus? I said, I just want to wake people up. I just want to enlighten them. And from the enlightenment, maybe they'll start making changes in their lives. Maybe they'll start sharing the information. Because the biggest thing, our biggest problem is we can't unify. And until we unify, it's nothing else for us to do. I told a young militant lady one day, I said, you know why we can't get back on top? I said, because the same tools they use to build this country are now illegal. Those tools are pillage, kill, steal. This is what America did to get America to where it is now. So you're not about to be out here stealing and killing and taking stuff from people. No, that's what we did to take control of this country. You're gonna have to find another way, nigga. And then you have all these politicians, and you know, this show is called No PC Show. It's because I don't believe in it. This political correctness was nonsense. It came about during the OJ trial when they started saying political correctness. This was just another sheet to put over their heads to get you to conform to something. Like you were doing something wrong. You were minding your own business and you got beat with the clubs and they charged you with fighting the police. Just like that case where everybody was just screaming and crying about the young lady. I was like, no matter what she did, 2 police officers should not be beating and kicking and tasing a young lady and dragging her down the stairs. But you had all these people talking, well, you know, so-and-so, and she was probably this, and she should know how to act. That's got nothing to do with it. You don't know what happened. But you're so programmed to believe what the cops say. Most of the time, you can't trust the cops, and then the video come out. The video shows clearly she's standing at the top of the stairs, not engaging the cops as the cops said. There's no punches being thrown. They bum rush her, drag her down the stairs, tase her. If I'm not doing nothing and the cop grabs me that way, I'm probably going to do this exact same thing. Then they'll be like, well, you got disrespect for authority. It happened to me. As a young man, I had the cop slap my hat off and told me to pick it up. I said no. He told me again, no, I'm not picking it up. Why would I pick it up? You're trying to cause a situation. If I reach for this hat, you're going to shoot me, and then I'll be dead. This pisses him off. I get slammed to the ground. I get the knee in my back. I get the gun to my head anyway. We can't keep throwing our kids away. In that Antonio LaGreer case, where he was standing behind the neighbor who opened the door, and the neighbor was killed and he was killed. And that officer walked. Oh, he was a threat. How is it a threat? You shot somebody in front of him, meaning he had to be standing behind her to get shot. What are you talking about? We can't keep believing in a system that is designed to oppress us. I don't care. Me and one of my friends were talking, and he says if he came up on the scene and saw his daughter being beaten like that by the cops, he would not jump in. No, I'm jumping in. I'm going to jail, or I'm going to be dead, because you're not about to stump her. You're not about to tase her. You're not about to throw no punches on her. Arrest her like she was a white woman. So all the people that was yawn, y'all should come on here and say, you know what? We was wrong. She didn't do nothing. We're so programmed to be. It's getting sickening. And this white man in the White House has only allowed it to come further to the top. You can see more and more of it. 872-267-2552. If you'd like to make a comment, we're going to leave the phone lines open for 3 minutes. And then we got to get out of here. But like I say, my whole thing is to enlighten people, share information. We got to get our minds straight and then get our money straight, and then we can unify and do something. But it's so many of us that are so trained into that system. Just like when Obama became president, that was a proud moment for all of us because we had been told so many times that we would never see a black president. And then it turned out they were right. We still haven't seen one. We saw a man that they selected for their own political agenda, and he sat in the White House for 8 years, and we got nowhere on reparations. They didn't even talk about reparations. Dr. Claude Anderson, who worked in the Clinton administration and the Bush administration and the Obama administration, said that he had put something together, and he thought that they were going to be close to getting some type of reparation bill pushed through on some level. And Obama said no. But he made sure the Jews got what they needed. He made sure the gays got what they needed. So everybody got what they needed for 8 years, and we still sitting here smiling. Oh, we had a black president. Thank Lord, this black president. Oh, thank you, Lord, for the black president. And your condition haven't changed. I tell people all the time. I say the 8 years that Obama was in office was the worst 8 years of my life, messing around in corporate America and these white people. They let all their actions work. Okay, y'all might have one in the White House, but guess what, nigga? You ain't gonna get nothing here. I don't care what you do. I might say thank you, but why I gotta say thank you to you? Same thing with Bernie Sanders. But Bernie Sanders, I was telling everybody last, and I don't know why everybody was selling out on Bernie Sanders. He has said it multiple times that no, I will not vote for a reparations bill because it's not going to get through Congress, and it would take too much to actually fix that. So screw y'all. That's basically what you're saying. So screw you all. I think what we should do is give us all this money, and then we decide what you niggas get. Because you niggas ain't going to do nothing. We had the opportunity to shut the football league down. It was all said and laid out. All you had to do was not play that one day. Send a shockwave around the world. These niggas actually did something. But we didn't. So I went 2 years without watching football. I ain't give a damn. But now your boy, he done took his Sony deal. So when you stop protesting for what you believe in, then I got to stop protesting. What I look like protesting for something that you not believing in. So he got his check. And maybe that's what we need to start doing. Start protesting and doing things until we get our checks. I mean, that was some of the last things that Martin Luther King was saying. He said we is fighting for human dignity. And the government is saying one thing and doing something else over here. So don't tell me how much has changed in the past 50 years. I'm 54. I've been conscious over the last 50 years on what hasn't been happening. And how the game is run, how the game is played, and we did a show, and I'll probably bring it back up, where we laid out a plan for what it would look like for black people in reparations. Don't let them tell you, well, what does reparations look like? Let's start off with free education. That would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, well, how are we going to keep track? Y'all keep track of everything else. You can keep track of black people in America. Yeah, free education. Let's go for 200 years on that. Let's start there. Let's say loan forgiveness for all the black people that already went to college. Oh, well, you don't want to go to college? Well, let's get some free training, as much training as we want to operate our own business. Give us money to open our own business, not loans. Give us the money. Nah, come on, niggas. Y'all think y'all Jews. Y'all not Jews. Y'all don't deserve nothing. So don't give me this. We don't know what reparations would look like. You know exactly what it looked like. It'll look like that 200 million that Obama gave Israel when he walked out of the office. It'll look like all these subsidies that you're constantly giving out to all these minorities that come over here. And I know people think I'm down on minorities. I'm not down on minorities. What I'm down on is the bull crap. Don't tell me your story about how your parents came over here and started with nothing. It was terrible. We came from a war-torn country and we got here and then they worked their tails off and they lived in a bad community with their own people, and the white people didn't come in and beat them, and the government didn't give away all the money that was supposed to go to them. It all these benefits. You came here freely. That's the end of your discussion when you're comparing it to the black struggle. All these foreigners need to go back and look at the history of African Americans. That should be a part of your naturalization test. So you can stop all the nonsense of how hard your parents had it, because they didn't have it near as hard as our parents. I don't give a damn about your parents in rice fields or wherever the hell they were at. Who gives a damn? Nobody gets to butt the line, and that's what I keep telling people. Stop feeling sorry for other people, because nobody's feeling sorry for you. I gave an illustration. Your baby's hanging over a bridge and somebody else's baby hanging over a bridge. Who do you save? You save your baby. You don't give a damn about that other baby. And that's the way America works with you. They don't give a damn about you. If they gave a damn about you, they wouldn't be having these fake bills like H.R. 40 to see, did slavery actually affect people nowadays? How could it affect you? That was over 150 years ago. Come on, forget those lynchings and all the potential of people that could have done something. Yes, we killed King and Malcolm and all these other people. Forget about all that. They weren't going to do anything anyway. We made them martyrs, and we bring them up so you can have somebody to look forward to on Black History Month, and take pride in yourself. They don't respect nothing. And until we start respecting ourselves and loving ourselves and seeing ourselves in a different light, I don't treat white people bad. Actually, I'm going to a judge meeting tomorrow. He came over and invited me over to he's trying to sell something. So white people, they don't care. If they can get your money, they want your money. But they ain't going to buy nothing from you. Or they might buy a trinket or two from you, but they ain't going to spend no real money with you. So we're not talking about treating people bad and treating other people bad. We're talking about nobody gets to butt the line. So if that means it's going to look pretty bad that I'm not going to let this Hispanic in front of me, I'm not going to let this Indian in front of me, I'm not going to let this Chinese in front of me. No, I'm not letting none of y'all in front of me. Y'all should be saying, oh, yeah, that's right. You get yours first. You get yours first. You were here. We got to stop it. We're stuck in economic, mental slavery. And it's sickening, and it's getting more and more sickening. And this knucklehead Trump is trying to fan the flames again because he wants to get back in office again. And don't think it's not a whole lot of yahoos out here that support the ignorance that this man says and the ignorance that this man does. And they're on all levels. So when you go to work tomorrow and you looking at your boss, who 95% of the time is going to be a white person, just smile and start planning what you want to do, because he has no plans for your future. He only has plans for his future and his kind. As far as he's concerned, your ass can go at any day. Good riddance to you. Love, peace, soul, and as we always say, I'm out of here.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove you. I refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Now if your woman ain't no revolutionary, she'll persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. She'll be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out, you got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remain. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide, and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them bull clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you wanna be motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Fuck that. Freedom or death, nigga.
If you just listen,
Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga.
you ain't getting a warning. Until now, you're going to jail.
I'm getting it. For what?